Look around you. The world is noisy. Everyone is talking. Everyone is broadcasting. Everyone is desperate to be heard. They scream for attention. They interrupt each other. They fill every quiet moment with nervous laughter and useless chatter. They think they are connecting. They think they are being social. But look closer. Do you see the anxiety in their eyes? Do you hear the desperation in their voice? They are terrified of silence. Because in silence, they have to face themselves. Now, imagine a different person. He sits in the back of the room. He is calm. He is still. He does not fight for attention. He does not nod strictly to please others. He listens. He watches. And when he finally speaks, the room stops. Everyone turns. Everyone listens. Why? Because he holds the rarest currency in the modern world: silence. Welcome to Silent Strategy. Today, we are going to destroy your need to explain yourself. We are going to teach you the dark art of saying less so you can control more. Let us look at history. The most powerful men did not scream, they whispered. Or, often, they said nothing at all. Consider King Louis XIV of France, the Sun King. His court was filled with nobles begging for favors, trying to impress him with flowery language and desperate flattery. They would talk for minutes, explaining why they needed money, land, or titles. Do you know how the king responded? He did not argue. He did not explain his reasons. He did not say, maybe. He would listen in stone-faced silence and then utter 3 words: Je verrai. I shall see. And then he would walk away. Think about the power of that phrase. I shall see. It is terrifying. It gives no information. It offers no comfort. It leaves the other person in a state of total suspense. The nobles would spend weeks obsessing over those 3 words. By saying almost nothing, Louis controlled the minds of the most powerful people in France. Go back even further, to Sparta. The Spartans were trained to speak only when necessary. When King Philip of Macedon threatened them, he sent a long, terrifying message. If I invade Laconia, if I enter your city, if I win. The Spartans sent back a reply containing only 1 word: if. That is power. King Philip was shaken. He never invaded Sparta. 1 word defeated 1,000 threats. The weak explain. The strong simply are. Now, bring this back to your life. Let us talk about economics, not money, but words. The law of supply and demand applies to everything in this universe, even your voice. If you print too much money, the currency collapses. It becomes worthless paper. If you speak too many words, your value collapses. You become background noise. Think about the people you respect the least. They are usually the ones who cannot stop talking. They reveal everything. They tell you their plans, their fears, their family drama, and their insecurities within 5 minutes of meeting you. What happens? You lose interest. You lose respect. There is no mystery. There is no treasure to hunt. They are an open book, written in a boring font. Look at the titans of industry. John D. Rockefeller. He was the richest man in modern history. He was known for his strange silence in meetings. He would sit at the head of the table, eyes closed, hands folded. His competitors and partners would talk nervously. They would throw out numbers. They would argue. They would try to read his face, but it was a blank wall. The silence would become so uncomfortable that the other side would start bidding against themselves. They would lower their price just to get a reaction from him. Rockefeller didn't have to negotiate. He let his silence do the negotiating for him. He knew a secret that you must learn. He who speaks first loses. In any negotiation, in any argument, the first person to break the silence to relieve the tension gives away their power. This is where it gets dark and effective. Silence is not empty. Silence is a vacuum, and human nature abhors a vacuum. When conversation stops, most people feel a sudden spike of anxiety. Their brain screams, "Something is wrong! Fix it! Say something!" The weak person rushes to fill that silence. They start babbling, they start explaining, and most importantly, they start revealing the truth. Police interrogators know this. When a suspect gives a short answer, the interrogator does not speak. He just stares. He waits. The silence becomes heavy. The suspect feels the weight. To lift that weight, the suspect starts talking again. Well, actually, what happened was, and that is when they confess. You can use this in your life, not to interrogate, but to see the truth. When you are negotiating a salary, when you are on a date, when you are dealing with a difficult friend, ask your question, listen to the answer, and then do nothing. Keep eye contact. Count to 3. Watch them squirm. Watch them add more information. Watch them negotiate against themselves. Watch them reveal the secrets they tried to hide. There is an old wartime saying, "Loose lips sink ships." But in modern social dynamics, loose lips sink reputations. Why do you feel the need to tell people everything? I am going to start a business. I am going to the gym. I am having trouble with my girlfriend. You do this because you want validation. You want a pat on the back. But here is the brutal reality. 50% of people do not care. The other 50% are secretly glad you are failing. When you reveal your plans, you invite judgment. You invite sabotage. When you reveal your weaknesses, you hand your enemies a weapon to use against you later. A friend today can be an enemy tomorrow. If you told them your deepest secrets because you could not keep your mouth shut, you are vulnerable. The most dangerous person in the room is the one who knows everything about others, but no one knows anything about him. Be that person. Be a fortress. So, how do you change? How do you go from a nervous talker to a silent strategist? You do not need a personality transplant. You need discipline. Here are 3 rules to practice this week. Rule number 1, the pause. Before you answer any question, take a breath. Most people answer within 0.5 seconds. It makes them look reactive, like a robot programmed to respond. Wait 2 seconds. In those 2 seconds, you are telling the other person, "I am thinking. I am choosing my words. I am in control." It makes you look thoughtful. It makes you look dangerous. Rule number 2, kill the explainer. When you say no, just say no. No, I cannot make it. Do not add, "because my mom is sick and my car broke down and..." Stop. Your no is enough. Explaining is a sign of submission. Leaders do not explain. They decide. If they ask why, you can simply say, "It doesn't work for me." End of discussion. Rule number 3, become a mirror. Instead of thinking about what you will say next, just reflect what they said. "I had a terrible day." Do not say, "Me too." Just look at them and say, "Terrible?" Then wait. Let them do the work. Let them perform for you. This path is not easy. Your brain will scream at you to speak. Your anxiety will try to force your mouth open. It will feel unnatural at first, but soon you will notice a shift. People will listen to you more. People will interrupt you less. They will seek your approval. Because you are no longer a commodity. You are a rarity. You have transitioned from the nice guy who begs for attention to the respected man who commands it. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is the presence of power. History remembers the quiet ones, the ones who watched, the ones who acted. Do not tell them what you are going to do. Show them. And until then, keep them guessing. This is Silent Strategy. Subscribe and join the 1%.